Phyllis's remains were found on April 9th, 1991, 9 months after she went missing, and on our father's birthday. My mother had been praying non-stop, and then 2 fishermen had randomly turned down a dirt road to use the bathroom. They could have picked any other road, but they didn't. When they got out of the car, one of them noticed it. A human skull with duct tape still wrapped around it. Thankfully, they had the sense to call the sheriff. My sister was identified through her dental records. The sheriff described the scene on the news, stating that the skeletal remains of the victim were scattered across the area, likely because animals had been picking at her body. When my mom got the call, it was oddly kind of a relief for all of us. The wait was over. At least now we knew she wasn't suffering anymore. We arranged for her funeral quickly, and it was a closed casket funeral. And I'll tell you, there's something deeply unsettling about a closed casket funeral with just a photo of the person there beside it. You don't quite get the closure you'd hope for when you see the person's face. You don't get that final image of peace. You just have to accept that it is over now. America's Most Wanted picked up the second part of the story and announced that she'd been found, and another reward was offered for the people who did this. And just like that, someone called in with another tip. A relative that wanted the money, thankfully. So they gave the FBI a tip. All of them were found in the Dominican Republic in 1992, living in a 9-by-9 room with just mattresses on the floor, like the animals that they are. The youngest one, he was picked up in New York in 1993. By then, I was divorced, a single mom, trying to raise a little girl, trying to go to college, trying to function with PTSD that I didn't even understand yet. What I referred to as secondary PTSD. The trial was set for the fall of 1994. I was already barely holding it together, and just when I thought it couldn't get any worse, the unimaginable happened to me. And I still remember it to this day. On June 26th, 1994, I woke up feeling as if someone was staring at me. And there was a stranger sitting on the floor next to my bed, just staring at me, who proceeded to jump on top of me and try to rape me and kill me. Everything that had happened before, the trauma, the fear, the grief, it all came crashing down on that one night. 1994 was supposed to be the year we found justice for Phyllis. Instead, it became the year I joined her in trauma, the year I became a victim too.